Hey babies, what's up my darling MVPs and how you all doing? Welcome back to Sail with me viciously Mimi where you get a gist. I see they do waiting. I see they hurt. Of course you know there is no sleeping on a bicycle on this channel. If you snooze you do what? You lose. Are you yet to subscribe to this channel? Or are you still sitting on a fat, long thing? Kindly pause right there, subscribe, and make sure you turn on the notification bell. If not, tell me, how do you want to get the gist brewing from the cooking pot? Like, how do you want to get the gist? I see they hurt. So, guys, last night in the Siamasha house was an interesting night. Sincerely, Big Brother indeed knows how to make this house fun, in as much as the housemates are few, you know. So, last night, remember the wager tax for this week is impersonating the ex-housemates. So, in regards to that team, Big Brother gathered the housemates outside, at the campfire, and then their lines of pictures, like various pictures of the ex-housemates, So what the housemates had to do, the head of house in the name of Z, would go pick one picture from where it is lined up and then speak about the particular housemate, the relationship they shared in the house, So it is the head of house that would lead, she would select the picture. Meanwhile, mind you, all of the housemates were being spoken about by the top six. None of the housemate was left out. From the first housemate who left the house, which is Mali, to the last housemates who left the house, which is Willie and Liema, they were all spoken about by the top C's. Like they comes out, you know, and speak about each of the housemates. Like for example, if they stand up, go get a picture of Jared, she was first off, she gets in the picture, she'll be the first to speak about that picture. Afterwards, she would pass it to the person sitting beside her, which is Sinaye. After Sinaye, Papa goes. After Papa goes, Mpumi. After Mpumi, Makeke. After Makeke, MC Junior. That is how they were sitting. So they actually did it according to how they were sitting. Meanwhile, except for when they had to speak about people they were closer to, then they decide to go last. For example, Papa Ghost is closer to Lerato, so he decided to go last for that round. What was his name? MC Junior is closer to Liema and all that. Fahima, so he went last normal because he was actually sitting at the far end, the last position. Meanwhile, we're gonna be talking about some of the moments that actually was iconic. Should I call it iconic? Some of the moments that were yes, let me leave it for iconic. Yes, that got netizens talking, and all of that. So I'm just going to talk about some of the ones the housemates spoke about that was like, yo, I can't talk about all of them. If not, wow, this video is not going to end. So first off, I think I'll start talking about that of Neo. Most of the housemates see her as a confident, the best, the highest like ladies, the competitive lady in the house, except for Z, who do not have much to talk about her. Z just feels she's confident. Of course, we all know what happened between Neo and Z because of Neo actually put Z up and saved what's his name, Mark Jr. Mark Jr. actually had to say this to Neo. This was one of the kind of moments about Neo. Mark Jr., after saying everything about Neo, how confident, competitive she is, intelligent, and then he said something. He said he almost left and came back and he said, and he think he owes Neo a big thank you because he thinks if not for Neo, he's not going to be in the house by this time because he was slacking at the second week. But Neo saw something in him, saved him, and he thinks that is the reason why he is still in this house, meaning that we would have not get to know him, we would have sent him home if Neo has not saved him. And I think that is true. he really owes Neo a big thank you. In fact, if he wins this money, he's supposed to give Neo something. I'm serious about it. It's not like he's indebted to her, but I think she deserves, because truly I think his personality was not shown, but Neo gave her reason then to Biggie. I can remember vividly. She said that there is this personality about Mark Jr. that he's intelligent, knows how to hold intelligent conversations that people do not know about him, that she thinks people need to learn more from him. That's why she saved Mark Jr. I remember people were expecting her to save Sammy M, which is her friend, and that was the week Sammy M left. So that was how MC Junior sent his shout out to Neo, and really hope Neo and Taki are holding on strong already from the outside, because according to him, Taki loves Neo so much. And then Sinaye and also, what's his name again? MC Junior has a lot to say about Taki, because they are the two closest to him. Others spoke, but I'm just trying to pick the main ones. So according to Mark Jr., he said that Taki is one person he has come to trust in this house, that he's one person that he can actually load a gun and just walk behind him without fear of being shot at or anything. And then another one was Bravo B's own. Oh my God, it was so emotional when he gets to Bravo B's turn and trusts Mpumi to actually make you just teary. Mpumi cried so hard when he goes to Bravo B. Mpumi said Bravo B is one person who actually related his story to them, that if Bravo B was in the house and got to the finale, that if he wins, Bravo B is that housemate, in as much as all of them are in this house to win the money. But he is that one housemate that when he wins, everybody would be happy about it, because he truly deserves, And then Makeke was so emotional. The camera was just on his face. He almost, like a tear. He almost had a teardrop. Like, it was so emotional about Bravo B, what they said about him. And then also that of Yolanda, in as much as they see her as the loudest in the house and everything. Sinaya is one person who actually believes that Yolanda is a very sweet person. It may seem as though out of the house, Sinaya gets to understand Yolanda in a different level, because according to him, he said even when people said she is loud in the house, he feels Yolanda is one of the sweetest person in the house. Yolanda can keep secrets, and all of that. She's somebody that you can have a good conversation with, in as much as she can be very loud. She's this person that would actually look at what your weakness and then trigger you with it. So that was what Sinai had to say about Yolanda. Others also had to say sweet things, aside that she's lousy, that she's loud. But Papago said something. He said that he thought when Yolanda leaves that he's gonna be okay, because he's somebody that do not like noise, but he's not gonna lie that he do miss Yolanda in the house. I'm like, yo, interesting. Forget it, there is no how you will not feel her presence. Yolanda has this aura. And then when he got to Makeke, OMG, baby boy, hence why he was like, I'm gonna be honest, I will be honest. So he actually spoke about him and Yolanda's experience, how Yolanda would chase him on the bed, come back the next day to actually want to make things work. And we saw that a whole lot. She would, react in a certain way that is not good to Makeke. Later on, she would either go to Makeke's bed, or, they would actually speak it out. So according to him, he did like Yolanda, you know. And then there is something those housemates actually spoke about Lerato Modise, is that her gameplay was top notch. Like Mpumi said, she is deserving of top 6. Like, her gameplay was top notch. She actually carried the Siamoshos team very well. Meanwhile, Papa Ghost was the last person to speak on this round. Like, it was so emotional. At the point, all of this thing was given a tribute, not even like it was just, when I say a tribute, like as if the housemates are no more. Papa Ghost really liked Lerato. It's like he really liked Lerato, because he spoke about that he hopes he has not done anything wrong to Lerato, that he forgive her for the dagger, and that he hopes that Lerato too has forgiven him in case he did anything, and him too, he has forgiven Lerato, that he can't wait to go outside and then they would have the trip together. And then he spoke about how they went to that private crib that Biggie gave them. Also spoke about their return to Biggie's house and how they re-strategized on their gameplay. Now, this was the shocking of it all when he gets to Lerato's turn. Was Mark Jr. People have been expecting to maybe hear a hate speech, or hear maybe, we really do not have anything, thank you. But no, he did not do that. In fact, he stayed long on Lerato's own. And funny enough, they had one or two conversation. He just revealed to us that they spoke about how she's a Muslim, that there's this craft that she's involved in, that's what he do too. He said one or two things about Lerato, and people were so surprised. And he said, though they did not really get along in the house, that there was this when they were having that love date, something like that. Lerato told him that you are not a woman, try to settle things and all of that. And then he was like, I am this person that when I have issue with you, I don't want to chop it off. That is, I don't want to settle it. But at this point, I think I would get to know her outside, to know her real self, because I feel all of this was a game to her. That was what Mark Jr. said, and people never expected that. Like, I'm like, wow, this housemates will never stop to amaze us. But definitely, guys, one thing we should know in all of this thing, it was a gameplay for this housemates. We don't need to crucify them, judge them because of the gameplay. You understand what I'm trying to say? So another good third moment was that of young Papi. I'm just gonna skip the other part and talk about that of Z. Z spoke about how much she missed young Papi, missed his cuddle, his kisses. She said in as much as the kind of friendship herself and young Papi shares, that she also plays the role of a big sister to young Papi. Yeah, that it might sound funny, but she also plays a role. That young Papi is one person that she actually tells things that no one else would know. That she actually was her confidant, like somebody you would open up to if without fear of being judged. That there are some things that she would not tell some other persons, but young Papi gets to know about them, and that she can't wait to meet young Papi outside. Meanwhile, this one was goated, guys, that of Mali. So remember when Mali was in the house, Mali was saying she has her eyes on someone, and later on her interview, she revealed it was Z. Guess what? The feeling is mutual, as Z has accepted and said she really hopes when she gets outside that Mali would call her, because she gets to realize that she belongs to the Lele. You know what Lele is? That ladies with ladies, and we all know that Z is also a bi, right? She did not even hide that. So Z was like, she can't wait to actually meet up with Mali outside of the house. The guys were so surprised. As Z finished her own, Mpumi now started from where Z stopped and said she has feelings for Mali. Hey, like she has feelings for Mali. That's at the point she realized that Mali likes someone else, and then she realized it was Z. But that cannot stop her. That they should know her by now, that she's one person that whatever she wants, she goes for it, and there is no how she will not get it. This was Mark Jr.'s expression, seeing what the housemates the female was saying about Z. That is Mpumi and Z was saying about Mali. I mean, my junior was like, yo, even me, I was so surprised. I'm like, I'm not used to all this kind of talks about ladies coming in public to, showcase their feelings for their fellow ladies. So Pumi said the reason why she did not pursue relationship with Mali in the house is because she doesn't want in a situation whereby the ship did not work in the house and it will affect their gameplay. So now Z said she would love to keep up with Mali outside of the house so that they would musha very well. Mpumi said she had feelings for Mali. Omo, he do waiting, he choke. Hey, wahala. Anyways, another iconic moment I would love to talk about is about Liema. Of course, if I don't talk about her, who should I talk about? She was goated on this Siamusha season. So Liema, Sinaye spoke about her, that they connected from the first day, and then their relationship is like a bro and the sister relationship, that they are from same province, or what did he even say? They are from same parts, including with Sammy M. And then Papa Ghost also spoke about Liema being talented, and he repeated what he said again. Then that Mpumi do not like that Liema, he still repeat that Liema is the best among them. The camera now zoomed on Mpumi's face. That and then now said the only thing he does not like about Liema is she can be lazy, she drags her foot, and he also said both Yolanda too, that she drags her foot, that he doesn't like the noise that comes with dragging of feet. When you were walking, be dragging your feet. I don't like that too. So Papa Ghost actually hyped Liema that she's talented, that in as much as she hurt herself a bit, but that she's really talented, and then she thinks he would repeat it, knowing that it is not cool with so many people, that Liema was the best among them. So after Papa Ghost was Mpumi. Mpumi came and said, Lily, my dynamite. Anyways, everything everybody have been saying about you, because Z spoke about Liema being so beautiful that she got her eyes on Liema from the first day, because she had just a mild makeup on amongst the ladies, but at the same time, as time progressed, they did not really get close, have conversation like that, because Lema is always caught up with Jared. It was later on that she had close conversation with Lema. So, but from Mpumi said, so many people think that she disliked Liema, but that is not the case. That Liema actually made the game interesting for her. Like, Liema helped her with her gameplay. That everything she did with Liema in the house was strategy. Like, it was strategic. That in as much everything Z Papago said about Liema is true, though she do not accept with one, which is the part where Papago said Liema is the best of them. We all know how Mpumi took that personal the other time, so she still kick against it, okay, because it's not cool with her. So, and then she said everything was just a gameplay for her, that Liema is somebody that she would want to link up with outside the house. I'm not taking it back. I remember when she was telling Els that Liema is somebody she would not want to be friends with, that according to her, she'd like Liema, they are cool, but on a normal thing, that she doesn't think Liema would ever be her friend. Now it's so surprising to see that she said she would want to party with Liema post show. I'm like, interesting. The game is the game. You guys indeed mush out the house. And then Makeke also had to say that he did not really get to know Liema, because Liema is always caught up with Jared. In the kitchen, they are together, every corner they are together, so there is no time to start up a conversation, but the only time he gets to know her was when Jared left. Then for Mark Jr., oh my word, guys, this boy is gone. Like, when I say this dude is gone, you see, you see, Liema leaving that house was just for MC Junior, because MC Junior said it with his own mouth that it would have been a Gweng situation. Makeke brought that word Gweng. I don't even know the meaning, but what it simply means is that he said he would have been a Gweng situation if Liema was in this house the past 7 days, as in, it's just 7 days for the game to end. That is definitely gonna succumb. What he means is that he's gonna turn to Sinaye and young Papi, in a situation that they had girlfriends outside of the house and they fell in one or two trap that he would have fell for Liema's whatever he has for Liema. And then he said something. He said that he wanted to say, I will catch up with her outside. And I said, no, I'll be looking for some hello, hi, because I will be avoiding some work situation outside. Meaning that getting close to Liema might actually lead to something he might end up live to regret, And we all know the game is just ending. He has tried to be steadfast to the girlfriends outside the house. He could not get his eyes off Liema's picture. Papa Ghost and Tinaye laughed the hell out of him. All of the housemates did laugh the hell out of him, because he was just looking at the picture. Even when he needs to drop it in the box, he was just looking at the picture. Though he said something that she is so talented that she held herself a bit. That the last stars they had, that they had to show off their talent was when she tried to show off a bit, but she is so talented. Another person Mark Jr. gushed over to was Fahima. He said Fahima is one lady that actually know the inner part of him. The housemates were like, yo, Papa Ghost really did laugh a lot when Mark Jr. was actually talking about the ladies he was closer to in the house, So, and he said Fahima has this tattoo, I don't know whether it's under her boobs or something, and they were like, yo, how did you see that and all of that. It was really interesting with Mark Jr., describing what he had with Fahima and Liema. And then Jared was the last housemate that spoke about, that the head of house chose. If there is one thing everyone had to say about Jared, is that he is so funny. He's effortlessly funny, even in a serious situation. This said from the beginning they flirted a bit until Liema come to play. That he's actually a handsome boy, and there is no time Jared did not make her laugh. Papago said the same thing. In fact, even Sinai said the same thing, and they said he's actually someone who loves staying as far from situations like trouble. The only troubles that Jared had in the house is trouble with his triangle. That aside that, he does not actually put his mouth in what does not concern him. And then Mark Jr. spoke about Jared and was like, no, Jared belongs to, and Lema belongs to Jared, that him and Jared were cool, Mr. J, we are cool. Not until maybe during the last period, he was giving me a weird kind of, cold feeling. And because of Lema was in the picture, that was why the housemates were reacting like, But he said, but no hard feelings, he belongs to Lema, blah, 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 blah. He's just trying to cover up things, And then Mpumi actually shocked everyone because the housemates were waiting and looking because already we all know the situationship with Mpumi, Jared, and Liema. Mpumio is already tired of this situationship and the name tag it has on her. So when it got to her turn, she just said, "Jared is a good and fun guy," something like that. He's a good and a fun guy. Thank you. That was all she said. The housemates were like, "Yo." So after everything, that was the last one. The head of house, carried the pictures because immediately they discussed about the housemates. They placed their picture in a box. So the head of house took the box that contains the housemate, the ex-housemate pictures to the diary room. In all of the conversation the housemates had last night, one thing is to be learned is that this was a game. No matter how we try to put it, it is a game. The housemates came to this house to play a game, and because of some of the housemates lived up to the team, you know, of to the how will I put, they lived up to the team name, which is Mosha, Sia Mosha, which those people who lived up to the team name, most people do not like them, you know. So some people were like, okay, if people would come for those people who live to the season's team name, that means no need to actually tag the season a team. Like for example, just like Sigobe, Double Wahala, no need to put all of those things. Like this season is Sia Mosha and the housemates who Moshad are only being dragged. So people are like, it is quite not fair. Anyways, guys, this is where I'll be dropping my voice on the interesting night and confessions the housemaid did last night. Okay, tell me which one surprised you more, or what do you think about everything? Let's talk in the comment section. Thank you so much for always sailing with me, and do make sure you have a Mimi Wednesday. Bye for now, babies.